reach, and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond. Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials. From Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bliss,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
It's a beautiful Monday morning, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is the news headline review right here. We bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news. From business to politics, from sports to entertainment, we got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. My name is Ruth Esenam-Fiagbedu, and I will be leading you on. And joining me right here in the studios is Miss Deborah Adoso, who will be joining us shortly, and Miss Regina Bliss. She'll be giving her opinions on the issues that matter to you every morning. We are streaming live on Facebook. You can join in the conversation. We are streaming live also on X and on YouTube. Good morning to you, Miss Regina.
Morning.
How are you doing?
By grace.
Yeah, we thank God. Finally, we've seen what Ghanaians want. We've seen what the NPP people want. Bawumia has been elected as the flag bearer of the new Patriotic Party and hopefully standing to be the president for 2028. Did you see that coming?
I saw it coming. It's not, should I say, surprising, because the contest was between Kennedy Ejapon and Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia.
Yeah.
And in as much as Bawumia, we've seen his works, we always say leadership is not only about how popular you are, but it's about competence and also results. And we've seen his results, we've seen what he can do. In a way, I would say I was quite surprised, because most people were rooting for Kennedy Ejapon, and looking at the prophecies that were also surrounding Kennedy Ejapon, especially coming from a well-known man of God and someone who can be trusted. So I would say most people really relied on Pastor El Bernard's prophecy, but unfortunately it didn't come to pass, and Dr. Bawumia won. I knew that Dr. Bawumia would win, but say yes, so we all thought that, oh, finally God has spoken. So congratulations to Dr. Bawumia, and also congratulations to all the aspirants, because this wasn't an easy journey. Trust me, it was a very difficult journey. And also to Pastor El Bernard, one thing I really liked about this whole prophecy saga, he came out to apologize. He owned up to his own responsibility. He was accountable, his actions. I would say he's the first pastor of of all the prophecies that has come out or during the past, the present, and the future to come. He's the only pastor who I've seen that he's apologizing for a prophecy gone wrong.
Well, his credibility is on the line. If he doesn't apologize, how will people trust you? And I think with what he has done, in a way, people will begin to trust him again, because he said he didn't hear from God. That's what he said. But anyways, we've also seen another prophet who came out to say that it was him who prayed that Kennedy Japan shouldn't take should be elected to be the flag bearer. And I was wondering, why are you God?
Okay, so one thing I've realized, and hearing certain conversations from certain men of God, we have your man of God and your man of God. In fact, let me put it, we have a man of God and we have a child of God.
A child of God.
So a child of God is someone God listens to. In all circumstances, God will listen to this person. So if Nyame says say, you can pray, oh God, because I feel like God is someone you can interact with freely. Oh, Charlie, I don't like this. So I would say that it's possible. It's possible.
It's possible that his prayers blocked Kennedy Japan to take the race.
It can be possible.
Well, he also said that unless he comes to apologize to all the men of God that he insulted,
is it Nigel Gazy?
He's the one. Otherwise, even if he stands to be an assemblyman, he will not even get. So please, at this juncture, I don't know what Kennedy Japan can do. I think the man is really, really hurt.
Kennedy?
I mean, Nigel.
Oh yeah, you are supposed to be hurt, especially when someone disrespects you. You know, when not disrespect to you personally, but once you've touched one prophet, automatically you've touched everyone,
the whole community.
So if you're in this media entity, and someone just comes in and barge in and starts attacking one person, automatically that person has attacked everyone. So I know that he would be hurt, and he has every right to be hurt. Especially I've not really heard any utterances from Kennedy Japan insulting any man of God. Maybe I'll do my research wall and see one, but I'm really prepared for Kennedy Japan bashing El Bernard. I'm really prepared for that.
You think it will happen?
Hey.
Or no, maybe perhaps I think backdoor he has even apologized to Kennedy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I think he will let it slide. But as you said, Kennedy Japan is unpredictable. So let's see what happens. But is it right for our prophet to be involved in this whole election of a thing that they should be prophesying? Even if you know it, I just feel like, can't you just keep it to yourself, just to avoid the whole controversies and the Buhari surrounding elections?
So I would say when it comes to prophets linking themselves to politics, I would say it's not right, per my opinion, because I know that you're a man of God, and once a politician, whatever you said in regards to a politician, now that politician comes to your church to visit you and even gives an offer of 1,000 cedis, 20,000, in a way he has bribed you, because he didn't come willingly on his own and say, oh, it's a Sunday, I want to just visit this church. If not for these elections, Kennedy, Uncle Bernard, sorry that.
Oh, he attended the church.
He attended the church.
No, like I'm asking if Kennedy.
Yeah, he went there.
Oh,
he went
really?
to the church, stood on the pulpit. I think with the wife was one fair woman like that. And then Bernard emphatically and boldly said that if me being a man of God, then I also then 36 years to say of something and 18 years of pastoring, you would be president. You win the flag bearer, also you will be president.
Then I guess maybe he was carried away. The excitement of having Kennedy Japan.
No. He
made him say certain things.
He said it. He made a video where he was in church, on the pulpit, and said Kennedy would win.
Oh, okay.
That was what he said.
So that led to Kennedy going to the church.
Yeah.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah. So one thing I also know is prophets need to be secret, because our God himself said that he works in secret.
Yeah.
So if you're a man of God, you also need to work in secret. You go to the person, you can say privately, oh Kennedy, when who said we win? And I know they we know you're winning in terms. It's not out there, especially your credibility matters.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm happy for the fact that he came to render an apology to all Ghanaians that he begs. He didn't hear from God. And I learned he has also stepped down as the pastor for 1 year. He's going to seek the face of God. Anyways, it's good to take accountabilities for your actions. Anyway, do you also think that prophets should also involve themselves in elections? What do you think? You can drop your comments on our Facebook at GhanaTalks Radio, or YouTube or X at GhanaTalks Radio. At this juncture, we are going to zoom into the news items we have for this morning. So for our first story, Galamsey fight. Our interventions are yielding results. President John Dramani Mahama has stated that a government interventions to curb illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey, are producing positive results, with signs of recovery already visible in some affected river bodies. Speaking at the Ghana Military Academy graduation, President Mahama said illegal mining has caused extensive destruction to Ghana's natural environment, prompting his administration to adopt a comprehensive and coordinated response. Our natural resources are a scarce trust, yet illegal mining has caused severe damage to our rivers, forests, and farmlands. In response, my government established NIMOS and implemented a comprehensive strategy centered on strict enforcement, public education, alternative livelihoods, technology, and institutional coordination. These measures are producing results, he said. The president explained that forests and river bodies have been declared security zones as part of the crackdown, with permanent military bases established in affected areas to deter illegal activities. Forests and river bodies are pronounced security zones. Permanent military bases have been established, and offenders have been arrested and are being prosecuted. Rivers such as the Ankobra and Ofen are gradually recovering, President Mahama noted. He stressed that the fight against Galamsey will continue without compromise, but emphasized that success depends on collective national efforts. To further intensify the fight against this menace, it will continue to be confronted head-on without fear or favor, but it requires national unity. It is a moral, civic, and generational duty, and I call on all Ghanaians to stand together to protect our land, he said. So this is coming from President John Dramani Mahama, who mentioned that the interventions they have put in place to fight Galamsey is yielding results. Ms. Regina, do you see that? Do you see any results so far, any improvements on the fight against Galamsey?
Okay, so in regards to the fights against Galamsey, I would say Galamsey is a national menace and not a political fight, and also not a personal, or should I say one-man fight. It's a national thing. We all need to come together to fight. And also in regards to seeing results when it comes to Galamsey, I would not say Galamsey has been reduced, because still people are still mining illegally. People are even attacking security personnel because of Galamsey, and people are also dying because of Galamsey. So I wouldn't say that Galamsey has declined drastically. But in a way, I've seen videos of before and after of some destroyed water bodies, and I would say I've seen some videos, some water bodies clearing. They are gradually clearing, but I've not seen it.
But you've seen them on?
Yes, I've seen them on social media. Right. I think one is it River Pra? Yeah, I think River Pra.
Clearing.
It's clearing, yeah.
Right.
I saw a video of it clearing.
They are working.
Yeah, they are working. So as I'm saying, and I still stand by the fact that I would not say that the results are 100% good. Maybe out from a scale of 1 to 10, maybe I'll give them 3% because
3%?
there's still a long way to go when it comes to the fight against galamsey. Just last week, I saw a news headline, I think coming from either Ghana Water Company or one of the politicians, I stand to be corrected, where he said 5 years to come, very soon we will be importing waters. And we are already seeing the we are already seeing the effect of this galamsey. Up to now, some people still do not have water, normal water. They still, for example, they don't have it. Some people can go a long way, like 2 months, 3 months without having water, all because of this galamsey issue. Anyone who would say galamsey issue is just a normal and simple issue, then that person is a joke, because it has a huge effect on us. Children born of deformities, galamsey has a part to play in it, especially looking at the dangerous chemicals they use. Even way back in school, social studies, they always teach against this, that the use of dangerous chemicals in our water bodies, even in fishing, is dangerous. So how much more galamsey? When people are drinking straight from the source, from the water body, people are drinking straight from it. We still have villages, we still have communities who have not upgraded yet, who you don't even know say you will be a pipe. They are drinking straight from the water body. So please, we plead. We know President John Dramani Mahama is trying his best. That is why he has introduced comprehensive approach to deal with galamsey. But those comprehensive approach, how far are they going to help with the galamsey issue?
Right. Miss Debbie, it's good to have you here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I'm good.
This is what President Mahama is saying, that the interventions are yielding results. Have you seen any so far? He also mentioned that they've provided alternative livelihoods for these people as well. As part of that, NIMOS is doing all they can to make sure that galamsey will be the issue of the past. Right.
Well, for me, all I can see is that they are trying their possible best to fight the canker, but I've not seen any improvement yet. It's still the same thing we used to see before, because even if you look at the initiatives they brought on board, it's the same thing compared to the previous government, which literally means that it looks as if we don't really have any permanent solution to fighting galamsey. So all the approach are bringing on board has to do with the same way. The previous administration, they burnt excavators. This government, when they came on board, they burnt excavators. The previous government brought something like Blue Water Initiative, those gas. They brought something like that. When this government also came, then they brought the Blue Water gas. Then they brought the NIMOS also. So in a way, they are trying their best, but their best is not enough, which is also telling us that there is more to do. There is more effort to put into what we are doing, because the approach we are using is not helping us keep the menace. So why not we bring in a different approach? Because even as human beings, when you are dealing with a business and then you start with a particular approach and you feel like it's not working out, you divert. Maybe that is not what your customers need. So you do more research and then you find a different approach. So that is what is supposed to happen. For me personally, I don't see any improvement in the galamsey.
With the galamsey,
the more the government is trying its possible best, the more these people are being encouraged to go into our forests to destroy our water bodies, and they even have this courage to fight security personnel. We saw instances where they were struggling with the police personnel because the police have taken their rifles and so they want to take it back. Can you just imagine a thief? So for example, a thief, and then a police took something from you which you are not supposed to handle. Do you have papers that show that that gun is for you? And the police is taking it. You are going to struggle with the police to take it back. This only happens in Ghana. It can only happen here, not in other countries. So I feel like the approach you are putting in place it's like we are joking. Let's just be serious with us. We are joking. We are not ready to fight galamsey. I don't know whether you saw a video where a young boy, I think 11 years, is he affected or affected?
Yeah, affected with the eye.
With the eye because he was engaged in galamsey to feed his family. It's sad though. And then I learned that the water, those chemicals and all that, so it has affected his eye. And this boy is struggling. Yesterday I also saw, they said the chemicals they are using in the chemicals they are using in digging this holes, polluting our water bodies and all that. They said they've discovered a disease. I don't know, something. Is
it only for the eye?
Not only for the eye. Not only for the eye. Like every part of your body. Every part of your body. And those people in those communities are having the effect more because they use the water for drinking, they use for cooking, they use for washing and all that. So they are more affected with that. So it should tell you that we are sleeping, please. President Mahama is doing well, but when it comes to galamsey, it's a no. I'm not seeing anything. Well,
so you're not seeing any.
They are trying their best.
Any improvement?
I'm not seeing any improvement. I am not seeing any improvement because every day you see that people are being arrested on site. They are all there. Yes, it is true that in some hotspots they were able to push some of these people away. Okay, but the situation is still the same on grounds. The situation is still the same, and I think if this current government wants to leave a legacy, it's all to do with this galamsey issue. That would be the best legacy ever, trust me. Right. So they should try their best and fight it because it was one of their priority.
Yeah. Right, let's move on to our next story. We see what others can't see. Musa Dankwa fires party researchers. Executive Director of Global Info Analytics, Musa Dankwa, has cautioned analysts, communicators, and self-styled political researchers against misinterpreting polling data following the outcome of the new Patriotic Party's 2026 presidential primary. His comments come in the wake of predictions by researcher Dr. Evans Dua, who ahead of the primaries projected that none of the 5 candidates would cross the 50+1 vote threshold required for an outright victory, except former Assistant Central MP Kennedy Ohene Ejapon. Mr. Evans has argued a lot of people are missing the strategy, and if you ask me confidently, none of the 5 candidates will cross that 50+ on Saturday, and if anyone does, it will be Honorable Kennedy Ohene Ejapon. I stand by this, and it is based on data. This is what Mr. Evans said. But when the votes were counted, former Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia emerged victorious in the January 31st presidential primary, securing 56.48% of valid votes and decisively defeating his closest contender, Kennedy Ohene Ejapon, who polled 23.76%. In a Facebook post yesterday, Musa Dankwa analyzed the outcome, providing a post-mortem of the primary while reinforcing the limits of polling interpretation. He said Bawumia's performance closely aligned with Global Info Analytics forecasts, missing their projection by just 0.5%, well within the margin of error. In contrast, Ejapon underperformed by 4.5%, putting him outside the forecasted range. Such actions gave undecided delegates an opportunity to rethink their choices, and Dr. Bawumia ultimately benefited from that gaffe. Danko observed, referencing controversial campaign conduct that included an insult-laden video circulating in the final weeks of the race. He also highlighted the performance of Abetifi MP Dr. Barney Champon, who outperformed polling predictions by 5.5%, particularly among undecided and previously undisclosed delegates. The weekly tracking data also shows that DBA's rise in the favorability rating was phenomenal, increasing by 5.4% in the last 4 weeks of the campaign compared to DMB. 2.1 and KOA 0.1. Dankwa said. Dankwa used the post-primary analysis to underscore a key lesson: the difference between posters and researchers. There's a difference between posters and researchers, he said. Posters provide the lead and researchers go in to probe why. Posters can only triangulate. Small advice to wannabe party researchers: don't turn polls into in-depth research. The objectives are not the same. Not everyone has the eyes to see what posters can see. So this is an advice to the wannabes researchers. If it is not a research, please don't come and say that we have gone into details, because I believe research, if you go into details, it tells you why so and so is happening here, why so and so is happening here. And then in the midst of all these preparation for the primaries, we saw a lot of polls, predictions, survey. We say on Hine Japan, we say way. But I think Musa Dankwa has proven his credibility. It came exactly as it was. Miss Debbie, what should we tell those that want to, impose themselves on these people, on delegates, like giving them fake faith that this is what they've researched and this is what they've seen?
I think research is not a joke.
Oh yes.
It comes with a lot of dedication into what you are doing. It consumes your time a lot.
A lot.
Because you're supposed to get the fact and everything right. If you're bringing out a point, you should get fact that backs it and make it look true. And make it look so real. That's what you're supposed to do. So researchers, if somebody call him or herself a researcher, you should know that there is more to do. Okay, they burn the candles. Like you don't sleep because you have to get it right. If you don't get it right, people do not tend to trust you. So you see, even though Musa Dankwa, I don't trust him that much. I don't even trust his survey and all that.
But you still don't trust him?
No, I still don't trust him, because even with this election, everything was clear. Oh no, everything was clear.
But he gave a figure, and a figure drop.
Yes, you should know. See, from 2008, from the MPP, the election, you should see the people who contested, and then the number they've gotten, maybe after the primaries, what they got. Baumia has already came contested as a flag bearer before. So when you see the number he got when he contested as a flag bearer, per this one, I think the margin wasn't that high. It wasn't that big. So you can predict. This is something you can predict.
But you predicted Kennedy will win.
I didn't listen. What I said was that I will be happy if Kennedy and Japan will win, but we know that they are going to forge for Baumia to win. That was what I said.
Are you sure? That's not what you said.
No, that is what I said.
You said Kennedy.
I said
will
I'll
win.
be happy if Kennedy and Japan wins as a flag bearer, because he's someone I'm rooting for. But if Baumia, we all know that Baumia is going to win, because definitely they've already accepted him into the party. That is what I said.
Oh, okay.
Everything was obvious that Baumia would win, but I wanted Kennedy and Japan to win. And I stated my reason here why I wanted him to be the flag bearer of the party. At some point in time, yes, I was convinced he's going to win. But in my mind, I know definitely that Baumia is going to take it, because everybody has already endorsed him in a party. That is just by the way. So looking at Musa Dankwa and his survey and all that, it is something that is already predictable. Okay, even a child in his mom's womb can tell that Baumia is going to win this election.
With the figures he gave.
With the figures he gave, yes.
The percentage he gave.
Yes, sister. Yes.
You could actually predict exactly
yes, you
that.
Can predict.
Wow.
There are certain things you can predict without you even paying close attention to surveys and all that.
But I don't think that you can give figures if you don't do a proper research. And that was exactly what this man did.
That is what I'm telling you, that the research he did is based on previous primaries of the MPP. You look at the people contested before. This person stood. After he stood and he contests with maybe 3 or 4 contenders, what was his average? What did he get? So when you see that, you can actually predict all that. Baumia came. This is the second time he is what's the name? Is contested as a flag bearer and he won. So if you look at the previous mark he got and the margin, it should tell you that automatically this person is going to come back again. Aside that, he has already been endorsed by party faithfuls.
Right.
That he's going to come. So for me, it's not surprise. And I don't really trust his survey though, because people can can be manipulated in a way, but
how manipulated?
Oh, people can be manipulated. All that he did is survey and he brought it out. You know, it also have effect on voters.
No, but that is the reality on ground. That was what
the reality. It's a reality because everybody has already endorsed the person. And as I told you, if you take previous election, look at Baumia. The only person who shocked me in this election was Brian.
Yeah,
he did so well. And if they should conduct election between Kennedy and Brian, I wouldn't be surprised if he will overtake him, because if you see the margin between him and Kennedy in Japan, it was like something very little. And most constituencies that they were not even expecting, he put even more votes there than Baumia. Even Baumia, though he's leading as the flag bearer, but if you look at certain constituencies that you don't even think is going to pull vote, he pulled vote from there. So it should tell you that this man, he might not be coming out but I feel like maybe underground he's working. He's the only person who surprised me in this whole thing about the contest. So for me, well, definitely we'll have people who come in and rubbish your work, that you're not doing so well and all that. But all the same, since I've been out and I told you, so there is nothing we can do.
Miss Regina, what can you say about what Mr. Dankwa is saying? Because we saw a lot of surveys, plenty. Me self, at a point they say, "Kobna in Japan." I was like, "Hey, we've heard."
So I would say when it comes to individuals bringing up surveys, bringing up database research and all that, you need to be credible. First off, you also need to be someone who is competent. You also need to be someone who knows what he or she is doing. And one aspect of this whole conversation I would agree with Ms. Debbie is she saying this is something which is clear. It was clear from the onset that Dr. Baumia would win. So even normal minor, a toddler can say, oh, Baumia ebe winning. But one thing we can't give is a specific figure.
A specific figure.
Say 100% or say 20% or say 35%. We can't give a figure. If you are not that, how would I put it? If you don't have that intelligence, if you don't have that background, you will not be able to have a figure. You just give a random figure, just like, oh, the ABR 60%, oh, ABR 50%. But he was able to give it, and it came to pass. So I would say Global Info Analytics, I think, is for him. I would say that over the past few years, they've always been giving, their consistency and giving credible database is always correct, and we would have to applaud him for that. And also to the wannabes, as he said, when you want to get your facts right, do your research very well before you come out and talk. Because if you don't get your research very well, if you don't get your data or your polls very well, trust me, next time we'll sample few.
So when the figures came to pass, I saw in the comment section that someone was telling Musa Dankwa to predict her marriage. Just a bibiana person with the Anyways, thank you so much for joining us on the news headline review. Up next, we have Today in History.
Bringing you Today in History on this day. Man charged in California cyber stalking case. Weeks after California passed the law against cyber stalking, Gary De La Penta is charged with using the internet to solicit the rape of a woman who had rejected his advances. He pleads not guilty. Gary terrorized a North Hollywood woman by placing ads in her name that claimed she had rape fantasies and provided her address and instructions for disarming her security system. At least 6 men saw the internet ads and came to the woman's home. Many more called with obscene messages. On this day in 1999, California had become the first state to ban cyber stalking or stalking that involves electronic communications. De La Penta went afoul of the new law by using the internet to get back at the woman who had repeatedly rejected his romantic interest in her. Moving on, 2014 actor Philip Seymour Hoffman dies of drug overdose at age 46. Philip Seymour Hoffman, considered one of the most talented and versatile actors of his generation, dies of a drug overdose at age 46 in New York City. During his career, the prolific performer appeared in more than 50 movies, including Capote, Doubt and the Hunger Games series, and earned a reputation for playing difficult or quirky characters. Hoffman also was an accomplished stage actor and director. Moving on, first U.S. Air Force plane crashes in South Vietnam. The first U.S. Air Force plane is lost in South Vietnam. The C-123 aircraft crashed while spraying defoliant on a Viet Cong ambush site. The aircraft was part of Operation Ranch Hand, a technological area denial technique designed to expose the roads and trails used by the Viet Cong. U.S. personnel dumped an estimated 19 million gallons of defoliating herbicides over 10 to 20% of Vietnam and parts of Laos from 1962 to 1971. Agent Orange, so named from the color of its metal containers, was the most frequently used. Moving to some global observances. This day is observed as Self-Renewal Day. It is a dedicated time to pause, reflect, and rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. It encourages self-care, personal growth, and rekindling old passions or habits that have faded, serving as a mid-winter reset to boost confidence and well-being. To our next observance, National Sicky Day. Often cited as the day with the highest rate of employees calling in sick. This day typically marks a surge in absenteeism due to post-holiday fatigue. Common excuses are cold, flu, and exhaustion. Lastly, Rheumatoid Arthritis Awareness Day. To increase understanding of this chronic systemic autoimmune disease, the day aims to debunk myths, encourage early diagnosis, and highlight the daily challenges of living with RA. It affects millions worldwide, often causing chronic joint pain, stiffness, and potential organ damage. And that's all for today on Today in History and some observances live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Ms. Regina Bless. Up next, we have Debbie's Girl.
Welcome to Debbie's Girl, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear of favor. Prophet El Bernard, who prophesies a victory for Ken Ejapon in the new Patriotic Party flag bearer race, has said he is intentionally taking a break from public declarations on national and political matters. This follows the defeat of Kennedy Ejapon in the polls held on Saturday. He also said he's stepping back from public teaching and preaching on the pulpit for a season. In a statement, he said, "Following my recent public apology concerning the prophetic declaration I made about the new Patriotic Party presidential primaries, I have in humility and accountability chosen to take a short and intentional pause from making public prophetic declarations, particularly those related to national and political matters. In the same spirit of responsibility, I have also decided to step back for a season from public teaching, preaching, and pulpit ministry. This is a deliberate and voluntary step to allow for reflection, prayer, counsel, and strengthening of accountability in how prophetic revelations are received, interpreted, and communicated. I am not stepping away from my calling or from ministry. I remain committed to personal prayer, study, and quiet pastoral responsibility, while intentionally realigning myself in growth, integrity, and discernment. So this is from Prophet El Bernard. I know we all know him. I would say he's a great preacher because I've seen a lot of people talking about his ministry and all that. Now we saw what happened in the course of the week. It's not funny, okay, but in a way I find it very funny because I feel like our generation, we don't really understand what it takes to come out publicly to tell someone that I've seen this about you. Mind you, prophecy is not something that you don't expect it to come to pass immediately, okay? Prophecy can be something that concerns your future. It's not something that will happen immediately. And when you're being given a prophecy, like, it takes a whole lot, okay? Your time in praying to ensure that those prophecy comes to pass, because I believe that physically you're not the only person hearing that prophecy. We have a lot of people, both spirits and humans, around to listen to that prophecy, and so you need to pray consistently, telling God that, well, this is what I've been said concerning me. What's your take? I want this coming in so quick and fast. So you pray. You put your all into it and make it happen. Now, when you look into the Bible, it's those days, okay, it's quite hard to see people coming out telling you that I've seen this about you. They pray so well about it and ensure that what they are hearing is from God. I'm not saying that I won't come here and then speak ill about anybody. No, I don't have that right and I don't have that say. This will only stand on God. But what I'm trying to say is that we've normalized certain things in this country where, like, everybody just stand up and then give a prophecy. This prophecy might be maybe in the future, Kennedy Japan might become the flag bearer and hopefully the president of Ghana. Who knows? It might not be specifically for this election. But what I'm saying is that, sometimes when you hear a voice from God, I feel like, why don't you go into the closet, pray concerning it? Okay, I feel like it's not everything you should come out to say. God might show it to you, but as I said, it doesn't mean that it's going to manifest there and then. It's sometimes it's in the future. It is something I heard that you are seeing today. I can boldly mention of some prominent men of God we have in Ghana here, which I've not seen them talking, so much. That doesn't mean that they don't prophesy to people who hold big offices or who hold big positions in this country. No. But I feel like it's about time we take the route of our grandfathers who were into the prophetic ministry in then times in the Bible. Okay? So I feel like if God shows you something, why don't you pray about it secretly? You can personally tell the person, not in public. In a secret, and then pray about it. Imagine he told Kennedy and Japan in a secret that this is what I've seen, and then Eba in a too fast one. Like, no one is going to hear of it, and it's going to end there. But the public, everyone, let me say, social media is like, excuse me, it's like you dropping something on the ground and housefly, every housefly wants to have a taste of it. That is how social media is. Immediately put something out there, everybody wants to see. Everybody, well, is it coming to pass? But trust me, one thing I know is that God is not somebody who speaks and doesn't come to pass. It will definitely come to pass if truly is from God. If God speaks, it will come to pass. That is what I know. Even in the Bible, those who have been prophesied to, it came to pass. So it should tell you that the word of God does not come and go back void. Like, it will manifest. Well, it might take time, but it will definitely come to pass. But I feel like we've normalized this kind of thing where everybody at home way. Actually, this one is quite positive. We've seen instances where people come and tell you, oh, we've seen this public official being killed here. We've seen this public official being poisoned and all that. And you say it on air. There are certain things that needs to be communicated to the person personally. I like the fact that he said he's taking a break, not a break from his ministry or preaching, but at least a break from coming publicly to prophesy about, especially politics. Please, if you are in ministry and you want to buttress it with politics, papa, seriously, don't forget that we have people who really trust you. We have people who go by whatever you say. And so in a way, I feel like your reputation should also be something, it should be number one for you. And trust me, God can never fail. When he speaks, for me, I believe in this God so much that when he speaks, it will come to pass. But please, so our prophets, our pastors, our bishops, our evangelists out there, we are pleading with you. If you see something and you feel like this is very sensitive, you want the person to know. If you cannot get access to the person, you can get access to the PA or someone else and communicate it to the person, not on social media. Social media will disarm you. Seriously, it will scatter you. It's better you tell the person in private. Pray about it. When it comes to pass, fine. When it doesn't come to pass on that appropriate time, it means that time is not the right period for that particular prophecy to manifest. But no matter how long it tarries, it will definitely come to pass. So this is what we are saying. Please, it's becoming so normal. And then and trust me, the Bible says something. It said, do not deceive yourself. God can never be mocked. And that is a fact. But I believe there are certain principles you need to put into check if you want to go as smooth as how you want your ministry to sail. Please back off from social media. Back off from social media and focus on your ministry. If there is something you've seen, communicate to the person in secret, and I'm sure he's going to help. But if you want to do it publicly, the people will come hitting at you very hard, and that will be a disaster. Thank you so much for making time with me and David's Girl.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie, for that, girl. I think it's high time prophets stay away from elections, issues of elections. Yeah, I think it's high time. IGP, do something. Anyway, thank you so much for joining us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We'll be going for the news shortly, and right after the news, we'll be coming up with a second segment. Please stick and stay with us.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Ghana Talks Radio, I wo UK abrochimemu era from Ghana mu ha e the sound system me spinning machine papa every amana ne aba begu o Ghana mu ha enti se we ye a year we ye engagement we ye wedding we ye birthday party political parties are mo ye rally se mo ye sorry mo ye crusade so we bo carnival or any kind of event now we pe spinning machine papa e bo sound no mu e de dia ene me kanfo GTR sounds e de emawo ya wa live band nso a woto nsa e de frenya ye betimi ababeboa ama wudwumedi a wudie nso atimi aye kama pa ya wo enkan poponi mantemo anya aponchi hotel e ho pepepe e na ye butuo odi ane se wo be frɛ empanifo e wo 0546960510 GTR sounds e mu de angaza
Local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, flag bearer chosen Dr. Bawumia vows to lead the new patriotic party to 2028 victory. Also coming up, former Central Member of Parliament concedes defeat in the light of the new patriotic party presidential primaries. President Mahama criticized order from above claims in land dispute. Treasury bills oversubscribed by 5.3 billion as rate cuts lowers yields. These and many more coming up your way shortly. Do stay with us. Flag bearer of the new patriotic party, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has declared the new patriotic party's preparedness to victory in the 2028 election. In a statement, he emphasized the need for a stronger MPP towards the upcoming election. His comments signal his focus on the next general election with the party's internal processes complete.
Start by thanking God Almighty for making this day possible. I also want to thank all the tens of thousands of delegates who voted in today's election. Officials of the EC, security agencies, the Presidential Election Committee, the media, and the generality of the Ghanaian people. Your vote, your work, your coverage, and your general following have all contributed to getting us thus far. It is with a deep sense of pride and humility that I address you this evening, following what has turned out to be a blistering battle for the flag bearership of the new patriotic party. To secure anything precious in this life, we must be prepared to fight the hard battles, prepared to work hard, and be prepared to withstand difficult circumstances. I am glad that you and I have successfully fought the hard battles, worked hard, and withstood the difficulties that came our way. And tonight, victory is for all of us. I am grateful. The MPP is grateful to you all, and Ghana is grateful. I need to reiterate from the outset, our tradition has an enviable history of selecting leaders largely based on the mood of the party. At any point in time, our party unites around an individual, usually the best bet for national elections and governance. This individual usually emerges meritoriously on account of loyalty and contributions to party growth. It is our members' way of rewarding loyalty, vision, competence, and sacrifice. Our members have done this meticulously and repeatedly. As democratic space setters, we need to respect the wisdom and the decisions of our members represented by the delegates. It matters not which side you supported. Winners and those who didn't win at this particular time, we are in this together. All true and committed members of the great MPP need to embrace this civilized and time-tested way of selecting flag bearers. Political parties are assemblies of like-minded people. Whilst we may believe that our ideas are the best, we should be prepared to accept that there might be other ideas that may serve the larger interest.
Aspiring candidate in the New Patriotic Party presidential primary has conceded defeat at the tenor of the election. Speaking at the Election Command Center, Kennedy Ohene Japan elaborates on the relevance of unity among party members.
What we say again is that do not use this against anybody in the party. Once they have decided, let's all come together as party members and work together. You should all relax. You should all relax. I know we have 3 years to go. Who knows what will happen? So I want you to be patient. Don't say that no can, no vote. So if it had been Ken, what would other contestants, supporters have said? Oh yes. So no can, no vote should be out. Let's come together as one people. But at an appropriate time, you see how things unfold. Don't worry. God will take care of you. God will take care of you. He knows today was going to come. We didn't know. But God that created us knew. Today will definitely come to pass. We have experienced that in 2023. So today is no different. So I'm begging you, stay calm. There's a lot of food. Go in there, eat. We have champagne, wine, beer. Eat what you can eat. And let's see what tomorrow has for us. Thank you very much.
Founder of Spirit's Life Revival Ministry has addressed his congregation of taking a break of ministry for reassessment. The prophet's comment comes after his earlier prophecy about Kennedy Japan winning did not materialize. Instead, Dr. Bawumia emerged victorious. In his address to the congregation, he urged them to neither leave nor stay, with high hope of coming back stronger.
I've released these 2 statements for now. And because I hold myself accountable, everything I wanted to tell you is in that statement. I can't determine and influence how you respond and how you react. But I just wanted to understand that I am still here.
Aide to Dr. Bawumia, Dennis Miracle Abuaji, has urged and called for unity within the New Patriotic Party despite differing views. In an interview, he expressed confidence in the party's ability to strengthen its unity.
You know, let me tell you something. MPP, there's an existing mantra in the party, unless you are not part of our party, that says that after competition is cooperation. And yesterday you heard from Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's speech, and you also heard from all the other 4 contenders. The elections are over. The campaigning period are over. We no longer have competitions. We no longer have factions. Of course, it is barely 8 hours or so after the elections. People need time to adjust. There are some who will still be going to their campaign offices tomorrow to try and reorganize it. But give yourself a month. All the campaign offices will be shut down. One MPP, it will be one political party focused on executing a formidable campaign against the National Democratic Congress. Trust the MPP to come together. The MPP is a party of ideas, and sometimes you may see us compete fiercely, but once the competition is over, the understanding is that democracy wins, and democracy says that this is where the majority of the people are. And so everybody would rally around the leader, and they will move on going into the future. So there are no factions. We are going to do whatever we have to do to make sure that the few outliers that may come up would all be brought on board. Let's give ourselves some 1 to 3 months. You would not even notice that, barely a few months ago, we were throwing jabs at each other. You would not notice.
President John Dramani Mahama has criticized individuals who justified land acquisition by claiming to act on orders from above. Speaking at the Share Park Resource Hub launch in Wa, the president says no authority is above the law. His remarks address concerns over land dispute, particularly regarding proposed 24-hour market. According to him, the decision should be made transparently and in consultation with local authorities. The Share Park Resource Hub aims to boost the share industry, create jobs and promote economic growth in the Upper West region.
And they like doing this from above, from above, from above. I don't know who is above there. Somebody goes and wants to take somebody's land. They say it's directed from above. There's no above anywhere. That market is yours. You have to decide where you want to site it. And so it's my hope that the WANA and all the authorities and the stakeholders will come together and come to an agreement where this market, if it's sited, will give the greatest benefit to the people of the WA municipality.
In business, the money market maintained its positive momentum, recording heightened investor demand following the Bank of Ghana's 250 basis point cut in the policy rate to 15.50%. The stronger appetite for government securities drove a further decline in Treasury bill yields, while total bids exceeded government's 6.99 billion target by 5.30 billion. Data from the Bank of Ghana show that total bid for the 91-day, 182-day, 364 days and 364-day Treasury bills reached 17.1 billion, of which 12.31 was accepted. For the second consecutive